Barack Obama gave a speech today.
Barack Obama was at the University of Illinois giving a speech.
So there's lots of things that he said that made me go nuts. But I think I guess I'm going to just show you the thing that drove me nuts the mostest. All of a sudden now he's all for workers. Isn't that amazing? He's all for workers. The guy whose entire cabinet was chosen by Citigroup. We know that now because of WikiLeaks.
Yep.
Reversing the most egregious corporate tax cuts to make sure college students graduate debt-free.
Now that Obama has hopped on board, especially with something like Medicare for All, which is getting a lot of attention, this now is a clear sign that there is a real shift in the Democratic Party establishment to actually being open to supporting Medicare for All. So
did you see he didn't say free college? Did you notice he said he didn't say that? Did you notice he's not saying that? Did you notice he wants to reverse the latest corporate blah, 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 gobbledygook? Again, he's being slick. Let's watch it.
So Democrats aren't just running on good old ideas like a higher minimum wage. They're running on good new ideas like Medicare for All, giving workers seats on corporate boards.
Giving workers seats on corporate boards, which is part of Elizabeth Warren's new bill.
Reversing the most egregious corporate tax cuts to make sure college students graduate debt-free.
Yeah, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do something to make sure college kids graduated debt-free? You had 8 years. What'd you do, dick? Did he do anything for college kids, Ron?
No, but he's got a nooner tomorrow in Madison.
We can all speculate as to why, but ultimately, I don't care why. If they're actually supporting Medicare for All, and they appear to be, and they're pushing it forward in their in campaigning, then that's all I care about. So this is a step in the right direction.
Okay, so Barack Obama likes the new good idea of Medicare for All, something the rest of the world has had for almost a century.
Now, for those that will say it doesn't matter what Obama supports, it's Barack Obama, who cares? He should have pushed Medicare for All while he was president. I agree with that, but at the same time, it does matter what Obama supports. So Zach Carter, who is the senior HuffPost reporter, he tweeted out exactly why this matters. Can't overstate how much Obama's voice matters here. So many Democratic Party fights that seem to be about ideology and policy are really about loyalty factions and personnel. The entire DNC fight in 2016, for instance, was about whether Obama people would maintain control of the party infrastructure. Literally all of the policy disputes were meaningless. Team Obama took on the rest of the Democratic establishment and the left, and won. So that's exactly right. Another example of this potential shift is a video I did on a segment that was on AM Joy on MSNBC over the weekend, where Joy Reid, who is known very well for pushing back against progressive policy and against progressive candidates like Bernie Sanders, had an entire panel where essentially they talked about how Medicare for All and a living wage is just now moderate policy. It's mainstream policy, which was really weird to hear from MSNBC after 2 years of pushing back on Bernie Sanders' policies and calling them all pie in the sky and crazy. But now there appears to be a clear shift towards policies like Medicare for All. Now,
guess who it is? It's this guy who people think is the worst guy in the world. They say he's a mouthpiece for white nationalists and all that. Well, why is it someone else saying the things he's saying? Why is it Tucker Carlson who's actually sticking up for the middle class?